What kind of game should I play? Super Nintendo game? I don't know. Super Nintendo's is so easy. I don't even know what to play. Yeah. What's this? Super Mario RPG? Yeah, that's a good game. I don't want to talk about that. I mean, what do you got here? This is Donkey Kong Country 3. I mean, that's a pretty good game too. I mean, I don't want to talk about that. So. Ho ho! It's the box. You know, I bet you guys are wondering what's in this thing. It could be where I keep my most precious games, or the ones that don't have cases. I don't know. You know, I actually haven't looked in this thing for a while myself, so I don't even know what we're gonna find. But I guess I can show you guys one thing from the box, just to, you know, because we're friends. You know, right? We're good. The box? If I let you guys see what's in the box, we're friends, right? I'm kind of. Just come on. Well, let's just bring this box on over here and take a look-see. This is gonna be good. King's Quest V. You know, the King's Quest series was one of the most innovative series back in the day. It really changed how people thought of games.
Sierra was the company at the helm of creating this little gem. And man, Sierra was at the top of the adventure gaming genre back in the day. You saw a good adventure game and Sierra was probably behind it. And without them, games might not even be what they are today. Sierra was at the top for a long time, but by the time King's Quest V was out, Nintendo had already released the Nintendo Entertainment System and first generation IPs like The Legend of Zelda and Mario Brothers. So home consoles weren't exactly unknown by this time. And when you think about it, back then, not everybody even had a computer yet. Sierra did try to port over some of their more successful titles, but a lot of the time the games just didn't work properly or they had to be downgraded significantly to be ported over. Eventually, Sierra would fall into obscurity because they just weren't making the games that people wanted anymore. And adventure games would fall to the wayside of action and adventure, first-person shooters, and RPGs.
You know, I got some pretty good memories of this game. You know, it was a hard game, but it was good memories. It's nostalgic. Wandering the environments, talking to people, picking up items, using items on other items. But you know, there is a silver lining. You could end up spending days just trying to get the damn thing to work, and then just find out it just doesn't run well on your computer or something like that. We gotta do it though. We must show the world what it's like to play. King's Quest V, let's do this, yeah, okay. Yeah, that was me making the noise. It wasn't really I can't spin it on my finger.
Well, here we go. I'm gonna put the CD in. Here we go. I'm just gonna click this and this, and then put it in. There we go. Easy. Yeah, Sierra!
Have you previously played King's Quest V?
I know I'm gonna regret this, but let's go! So you got Mordak here. He's one doozy of a wizard, I might add. He's not traditional like, you know, other villains, because instead of just stealing the princess, he steals your whole family inside of a castle. He just takes the whole thing. He's just like, yo, I'm gonna take this right here. I'll put it in a bottle. That's how I'm gonna roll. Meanwhile, I'm King Graham and I like to pick flowers.
My castle? What has happened?
Enthusiasm! And now we're introduced to the most vile of all companion owls. It's this guy. It's Cedric. Cedric the Owl. I mean, look at him. He wears a monocle and a vest. So Cedric tells you that he wants to help you for some reason, because you just met, and then he's like, hey, we should go talk to this guy named Crispin, because he's also a wizard, because we're very trusting of wizards right now, but because Cedric says that is a good wizard, we're just gonna take his word on it, so guess there we go. And then this happens! Comedy, ladies and gentlemen. Comedy. Wait, did you guys just see that? His neck just went from like 30 to 90 on the degree scale. So Cedric gives you some fairy dust so that you can fly to meet Crispin. Yeah, I'm flying!
Ooh, looks like the fairy dust just wore off.
He's trying to kill me. Why? He's trying to kill me. I can't even start yet. So, the old wizard Crispin comes out to help you, and you'll learn very fast that he likes to do things at his own pace.
But let's see what I can find.
Well, I mean, that sounds pretty good. I can't argue with that. I mean, he's gonna go get me something for free? I mean, take your time, man. It's just cool. I mean, you just gotta walk over there. I mean, there's nothing bad about that. I mean, just come on, let's step it up. My family's dead. Not dead. They're captured in a bottle. Did I tell you about this? Are you serious right now?
So for those of you who are new to adventure games, I've compiled a book of information that is valuable to the experience of King's Quest V. It doesn't have a name. Okay, you want a name? Okay, we'll call it SH's rule book to King's Quest V. Trademark. Copyright. We good? Oh, okay, good. Rule number 1. Everything wants to kill you. The snake wants to kill you. The river wants to kill you. This guy wants to kill you. The desert wants to kill you. The bear wants to kill you. Okay, well, the bear was pretty... We figured the bear.
Watch out for the bear, Graham.
Rule number 2. Everyone wants something you don't have yet. You don't have the silver coin for the pie? Oh no! You don't have the harionette to give to the toy maker? Oh no! You don't have the tambourine to clear the snake out of the way? Oh no! Rule number 3. Companions always need to be eccentric and annoying and stay obvious dangers.
Graham, watch out! A poisonous snake! Watch out for the bear, Graham! Oh, I'll just wait for you here. Ooh, Graham, that dog looks mean. Ooh, keep your eye on the gypsies, Graham. I don't trust them. Watch out for the bear, Graham. Graham, help me!
Oh no, not Cedric. Rule number 4. Every time you die, you need to have a pun.
Dying for a drink, Graham? Graham should know better than to feed the bears.
A spy! Get him!
Never trust a bad guy, Graham. That wasn't a very smart move, Graham. What an abominable situation Graham has found himself in. He who speaks with forked tongue should never be trusted. Too bad. It looks like the eyes have it.
So what do you do on King's Quest? Well, you're on a King's Quest, of course, because you're a king. He doesn't look like a king. This is one of those games where you progress slowly if you don't already know what to do, unlocking each part of the game one cryptic step at a time, so that eventually it all comes together in a glorious realization of self-wit and hate. I kid you not, as a kid who did not even have a full awareness level yet, I managed to get most of the way through this game by sheer dedication alone. The King's Quest games have always been notoriously difficult. I mean, like, consulting Nicolas Cage in the back of the Declaration of Independence hidden puzzles in Benjamin Franklin's spectacles difficult. That's pretty difficult. In fact, these games were often criticized as being elitist because of how much knowledge you would need of completely random things, or just a higher vocabulary, a working knowledge of, I don't know, all the fairy tales. It's just that, all of that. It's just like, but at least in this game, you don't have to type in everything like the old adventure games. I don't even know how people beat those old games without a walkthrough of some kind. And it's not like nowadays where you can just go to Google and type in King's Quest V walkthrough and basically beat the game by typing that in. No! You couldn't do that! Not to mention that sort of ruins the whole experience of, you know, an adventure. It'd be like if Frodo was like, hey yo, BRB, I gotta read this strategy guide on how to get through the mines of Moria. Late skis, brah! But in this game, you at least have the bar that allows you to look at things, grab things, speak to things, or use your inventory items, so you get more information than just, you know, whatever you could see on the screen. A lot of the puzzles of this game simply come down to using an item on another item. Or you know, knowing exactly where to go. But if you don't know, I'll give you an example. You could take almost any item in the game and it basically chains throughout your adventure to other items that you need to complete the game. Like, take this sled. You need it for one part in the second half of the game. But how do you get it? Well, you give the toy shop guy a marionette, of course. But you get the marionette by giving a gnome a machine that spins straw into gold. You can find that machine in the forest. The only way you can go into the forest with the amulet. The amulet comes from the gypsy. You can only see with the gold coin. The gold coin comes on the floor of the treasure temple, which you can only get access to with the staff of the bandits. But you gotta go in the day. I can't talk this fast. I just can't do it. I just plan a heist or something? What's going on? So as you can see, everything is pretty much linked together in some way. But that doesn't mean you always know what to do, because you have to figure all this stuff out on your own. Eventually, if you can't figure out what to do, you'll just end up wandering the world and clicking on every pixel of the screen with your toolbar. With your, you know, the eye, the hand. I mean, it's not exactly easy to see what you're supposed to interact with. Sometimes there'll be a little glimmer on objects that you can pick up, but other times it looks just as obvious as anything else in the background. It also doesn't help that if you mess up a random event or don't get one of the items that you need later on, you're done. Like, no, I'm serious. Like, you gotta start over and figure out where you went wrong. Which can be hard to do if you don't know where you went wrong. You see the problem? That's why you keep a lot of save files whenever you see something important happen or you think something important has happened, because you never know if you just screwed yourself and you're actually just in a broken game now. This actually happened to me a few times while even playing the game just now. For one, I forgot to pick up the rope, which is necessary to pass the mountains, and you can't go back and get it once you leave the area. Secondly, I actually killed this guy, whatever, I don't know what it is, Mordek's castle. I know he's there, and I killed him before I was supposed to, I guess. Oh, isn't it obvious? You're supposed to get caught and thrown into a dungeon for the second time of the game. You're also supposed to use this fish hook to get the cheese out of the mouse hole while you're down here.
The fish hook did the trick in retrieving the piece of cheese from the
It doesn't even look obvious. That is, of course, if you actually saw and picked up the fish hook on the Harpy Island, way back on the beach area. Like, you know, this could be hours ago by now. You gotta start over, basically. And what makes it better is if you don't have the cheese, you can't beat the game. Makes sense? No, it does. It makes a lot of sense, you know what I'm saying? 'Cause you need the cheese to beat the game. This cheese isn't common or anything like that, you know, this is King's Quest. Yep, it turns out you need the cheese to switch the power of Crispin and Mordek's wands. 'Cause the catalyst is cheese! The catalyst is cheese. Cheese is the answer to magic. King's Quest more like King's Random Quests. None of this makes any sense. Man, I remember being so frustrated at this game as a kid. Eventually, Sierra would include a phone number with their games where they would actually charge you to call a machine operator who would give you hints or answers to some of the puzzles. Yeah, they were that hard. Even later on in the sequels, this wouldn't help unless you bought the game firsthand, because they added a cryptic puzzle language to solve a few of the puzzles. Just why? Why, Sierra? Guess we know why they went out of business now, am I right, guys? Oh, snapskis! But you know, the thing is, you only need to know how to beat each part of the game once, because after that, you probably know how to beat it for life. Because there's no way you're forgetting after taking days just figuring something out. I think the sole underlying fact about these games is that none of it really had to make sense. It wasn't always about how much graphics power or action you could have in your games, it was about the adventure and mysticism of exploring a brand new world. Your imagination and dedication would eventually get you where you needed to go, much like real life, but it didn't hurt to be able to turn on a game and explore a new world, letting your mind wander and your mouse pointer click as you discovered a myriad of new things, or use that knowledge you thought long lost from your childhood fairy tales to solve a puzzle or two. There's something to be said about a game that can challenge both your mind and your imagination. A game where if you're stuck, you actually had to talk to people in a conversation. You couldn't just go online and figure out how to do something. Games may not be what they used to be. They might not be as graphically impressive because of technological limitations. They might not be as fun because of their challenging nature. But in the end, all of that really didn't matter, because it was about the adventure, and the King's Quest games have plenty of it.
You know, that's King's Quest V. It's a pretty good little gem, if I do say so myself. I mean, I know I railed on it a little bit, but we kid because we love, right? I mean, it's pretty good. So, I mean, I did die a lot though. It was kind of hard. I kind of forgot how to do some things, even though I said that you'll probably remember for the rest of your life. I was kind of wrong. That was a pretty old game. It came on a CD. CDs were invented back then? I don't even know. There was floppies back then. I remember those. You store like 1 KB of data on a floppy. You have to switch it out every like screen and a half with a King's Quest game.
Want to get up to date on all the goings on of the SH crew? It's just me. But, you know, you could go over to the Facebook and click the like button and you can get all the information you could ever dream of and more there. So, also, don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you want any more videos like this. And if you're feeling a bit generous, you could click that like button. That'd be helpful.
You know? Insane.
You could also check out some of my previous videos here, but for now, guys, I'm out. Take it easy.